Okay, so I'm going to show you real quick here how to, all of the campers, once they're through camp, once they're registered to a session, when that session is over, they go into the database. So they're in the CampDoc database. I can download, and you can download, and anybody can that has access as a provider can download reports about people, and you can still access their records. And I'm going to show you how. I'm going to send certificates to virtual campers, and I'm going to show you how to send a certificate from a template in not using notifications, but using send messages so that you can attach files to it. So when you first log in, you're going to typically, unless you had something open the last time you logged in, you're going to see the default setting, which is registration type as participant and profile status isn't passed. First thing you need to do is you notice over here, nobody's listed. That's because it says isn't passed. That means I would have to have active sessions, which I don't have any right now. So I'm going to say is passed. Now I see all 1,043 profiles that have been kept on file that we interacted in some fashion with. I have asked the question, why do some people show 100% here and some people do not? And they haven't answered that question yet. So I'm still waiting for that answer. In any case, what you can do is take one of your old reports that you had created earlier to look at your campers, and you can go find that one. And then when you get to that one, it probably says isn't passed. So you probably are going to want to change that to is passed and then save it again. And you may want to just call it virtual 2023 campers or something so that you have an idea of who it is. You could create them for each year. And you also can use that information to help you send invitations to past campers to participate as staff members in the future. So something to think about. In any case, I'm going to grab my virtual camper. I think I am. Let's see. Oh, because it already says it. If it, see how it says virtual campers up there because I was working? If it does that and it doesn't show anything, pick another one, then go back to your original one. So I'm going to go to virtual campers. Here's all my virtual campers. I've already done most of them, so I'm going to start where I left off. And so I'm down here to Nina Ramos Branicio. And so before this, I went ahead and I divided up. I created PDFs when I did a merge. I divided it up into individual camper. You can split in Adobe PDF, and it will do it for you, split them out, but you'll then have to rename them. So it makes it easier to find them when you go to upload them and send them to the campers. So this is specifically how to send certificates to campers, or send any, you could theoretically say any attachment to campers. But in this case, it's an attachment. It's a letter that's in a template, and you can also create templates, and it is a attachments that you can load from website, or you can load it from your computer. So I now have my list of campers. I'm going to go ahead and I check one. If you notice here, it says 106 profiles, one selected. Don't select don't select all. And if somehow you do accidentally select all, select none. Click select none up at the top. So right now I've got Nina selected. I'm going to, instead of looking at her file, I'm going to go over to send message. And then when I get into send message, I'm going to load a template. And since I've been playing in here, most of the time you're going to go in here and it's not going to have anything picked. It's going to say pick a template or load a template, I think is what it'll say in this, something other than what I've done. So in order to get back to where I want to be, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick anything that is custom is mine. So if you notice up here, I had custom. These are ones I've created for me. So there are no standard templates that are available at this point in time. So I can make them available to everybody or just available to me to as a camp director or branch coordinate. Well, branch coordinators don't create templates, but if you want to create your own templates, they would be saved under custom. So I've created this one in the past called Virtual and Robotics Certificates, and this is for campers that would take the robotics session or that would do the whole camp. And you can see this is the area that you type in, and this is the area that you can actually see. And when you create a template like this, you want to always send it to yourself first to see how it looks before you decide to go and send it on to other people. So if you can use any of these templates and modify them as you need to modify them for when you send them, but you cannot modify and then save it as your own template. That's the only thing that you can't do. So I will have to talk to them and see if we can get them to give us that capability too. In any case, I go in here and I change the name. I change, and you can read what the content is, and this is where you would edit it in this middle section here. And I try to get not that. So I'm going to say Nina. And you'll see automatically it shows in the bottom here. You'll see Nina down here. So all of these are active links. You can see that when you hover over them that they're active links. These are special links, and this is the way that you embed an image, is you have the exclamation mark, you name whatever the image is. So in my case, it's ttlogo.jpg. And then you have to have a string that you can put in that defines where to go find it. And so this one says, look for it on my computer. So this is telling the app, the CampDoc app, to look for it, or this Markdown app, which is what they use. And you can read up on Markdown. It tells you how to make some other changes, how to bold things, how to underline things, that kind of thing, how to inject a link, etc. So there's a lot of information on it. The next thing I do is go to Choose File. And so I've already been working on this, so I'm in the right folder. You might have to navigate yourself to the right folder to where you've saved everything. But this is where I've saved everything on my computer. You can also do it, it's a little bit harder doing it with links, doing it in Google Drive. I find it easier to find stuff consistently from my hard drive and upload it. And if I also need to put a link somewhere, active link for everybody, then I'll probably put it up in a drive. But this is just for this system. So I'm looking for Nina. There's Nina. So Nina has a TBL, which is Think a Bit Lab, which is the robotics portion of it. I say open. I say upload. And you'll see, notice when it's uploaded, there's a little X. So you can remove it if you want. That's how you know it's uploaded. If you went ahead and you just said choose file and send, it's not going to be attached. So you need to make sure that you choose the file and that you then open it, upload. Now you've got two of them. So now you notice this says Dear Nina. It's got Nina's attachments on it. You may want to check them again to make sure they're the right attachment, because I've had the split when I went in to do some things. I've made some changes and it wasn't quite right, and I caught it before I send it out. But you'd prefer to do that before you send it out. Have somebody look at whatever you're sending. And then just say send. It'll say confirm, send this message to one profile. This is your last chance. If you accidentally selected 106 profiles, it's your last chance to cancel and go back and deselect, go through the process of deselecting everybody that you thought you might going to have to send something to. So, and I go ahead and say send. And so that now should be, if I look in Nina's notifications, I should be able to see that certificate here. And you should see everything that is in there. You can check all the documents if you want to and make it right. You can resend it if you need to. If she says, I never got it, you can resend it. So there's a lot of power with this tool. Good luck.